Morning, guys. Happy Halloween. I just want to just take some time to talk about SOFI Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI, and I'm just going to really talk about the price action, right? So we saw that before earnings, it had like a 40% rise from around the 60s areas all the way up to like $11, right? 11 something. And then right after earnings, the day of earnings, it drops all the way back down to like I think 980, and then it rebounds back up to all-time highs again, or not all-time highs, but like yearly highs, right? And like you can't just looking at the price action makes me so bullish, especially on a day like today where the entire market is down, right? You have Meta down, you have Microsoft down, you have don't even get me started on an SMCI freaking super micro. I told you no pricing power, server racks. Come on, really that deserved 100x? Whatever. I mean, the market's gonna market. And then you have Palantir down, right? You have all these things down, and you have SoFi down like a measly like 1 or 2%. Yes, the entire market's down like 1 or 2%, right? But the thing is that SoFi is, in my opinion, SoFi has a much greater is it called delta? I forgot what it is, but like a 1% move on the market usually corresponds to like a 10% move in SoFi. Not 10%, but like it's a bigger rate, right? It's more magnified in SoFi's stock price movement. So SoFi just being down like 1 or 2% on a day like today is absolutely incredible in my opinion. Now, I really want to go back and look at like just go to the day of the earnings. I want you to look at that, right? That is usually it just sells off, right? And then everyone sells off, and then everyone sells, and it just creates this like momentum of selling in the stock, right? But in my opinion, that price action right there shows you that it's not, how do I say this? Usually when you short a stock and then like it hits like key levels like $10, 9.50, $9, right? You're hunting for stop losses. When you're hunting for stop losses, that basically means that like when shorters short to a certain point, then they hope to trigger a lot of stop losses, and then those stop losses will instantly sell, put off market orders and then sell, and then hopefully that will bring you next to that like momentum of stop losses triggering will bring you to the next like little group of stop losses to trigger, and then that will like create a chain reaction, right? So like the 950s will put off market orders, and then eventually the stock might hit like $9, right? And then $9, all those stop losses will put out market orders, and then that will hit 850, and then so on and so on and so forth, right? But what we saw in my opinion, what we saw the day of the earnings was you didn't hunt for stop losses. There were no stop losses. Instead, what you did was you basically triggered a bunch of limit orders, right? So instead of saying like instead of having all these people that were worried that the stock would drop, and they had these, I'm worried I'm gonna lose money, so I'm gonna sell at this price. Instead, you said, I really want to get into this stock, but I think it might be a little bit elevated right now, so maybe I'll put a limit order at this price. And then you triggered all those limit orders instead of triggering any stop losses. So I think that like, I mean, like this is definitely not financial advice, but like, and definitely just an opinion and speculation. But just the crazy price action that you saw in the day of earnings and then the few days afterwards, we hit all-time highs, right? You see institutional ownership going up and up and up. You see ratings, right? You see analyst ratings raising the price targets up and up and up, and then, except for the few like idiots, right? Or not, okay, we won't call them idiots, but like the few people that are bearish on the stock for like, oh, fair value accounting, whatever, right? It's still in the books. It's stupid, anyways. But like, you look at the price action, and it's freaking like so bullish. It's really exciting time in my opinion, and there really is no like there's no real thing, there's no branch to hold on to by the bears in order to kind of target SoFi. That was a weird sentence, but there's nothing that the bears can really latch onto, and to put out their short thesis, right? In my opinion, because like the market is shifting towards financials, right? The management is like super bullish, right? Their forecast is super bullish. Their execution is really really good, right? You see member growth growing, you see revenue growth growing, you see like all these things coming in at once. There's nothing to latch onto, right? There's no real. I mean, you could say maybe the tech sector isn't performing as well as planned, but like there comes a point when it's like, oh, it's just a bank. It's not just a bank, right? It's a bank that has fintech. It's a fintech plus a bank, right? That's like saying if Google bought a bank, oh, we should just value it as a bank now. Okay. Oh, if Meta bought a bank, oh, we should okay, Meta's just a bank now, so we're gonna completely slash their earnings multiple. That makes no sense, right? And you see SoFi just like executing on everything, right? And they're doing so at the same rate that at a really safe rate. They're not like look at their target demographic, right? In my opinion, so you have Robinhood, right? They basically just became they went from a stockbroker to just a casino, right? It's a joke that the stock market is a casino, but like now you're betting on like events, right? You're betting on the election. In my opinion, like I don't. This is just speculation, but I think that if that does become popular, that's gonna lower our GDP. That's gonna lower our basically M2 money supply, right? Because money that goes to the casino doesn't really go anywhere else. It goes to the casino, and the casino basically like takes all the money, right? The institutions, the big players that know what they're doing, that are just there to ream retail, they know what they're doing. They have the data, and like the stack is stacked against retail, right? So like, in my opinion, like if all the money goes to Robinhood, that's actually kind of be long-term bearish on the economy. Could that be a black swan? I don't know. Probably not. But I don't know. I just feel like the people that are really putting all their money in Robinhood, yeah, they're being lured by the 1% match, the 2% match, the whatever match, the different types of the feasibility of use, right? The UI. But those people are like that's in my opinion, that's fast money, that's quick money, that's new money, right? It's not it's not people that are trying to build their wealth. It's people that are just trying to squander away or like I wouldn't say okay, like I use Robinhood too, right? There are people that are just buying stocks in it, but there are also people that are just buying options because it's so much easier to get options access on Robinhood, right? But like you look at the customers, and I feel like SoFi's customer base, they're there to stay, and they're also more reliable. They're not going to just bet it all on black in one day, right? That's my opinion. And also like so you have like this kind of strong base, this strong foundation of new members that are basically just gonna grow, right? And like they're also targeting a demographic that's the Henrys of the world, right? The high earners, not rich yet. Yeah, high earners, not rich yet, right? The people that are making a lot of money, but maybe they don't have a nest egg. Maybe they're like first generation graduates, second generation graduates, that maybe they didn't inherit old money, but then they're making a lot of money, maybe through stock options, maybe through like RSUs, right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And it's just, I think that everything is pointing bullish for SoFi. The shorts, the bears, they don't have anywhere to stand, and you just keep seeing like, as I said before, right? The short thesis is basically dead. I mean, watch. When I post this video, SoFi is going to drop like $3, but like you see, instead of the stop losses triggering, you have limit orders that are triggering. Not limit orders. What are they called? Yeah, a limit buy, right? You have limit buys triggering instead. So it's like, I think the entire like view of SoFi has kind of shifted, and like the people that are still latching on to a short thesis that have shorted from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? They're just gonna become fodder for more bulls, in my opinion, right? They're gonna become like they're gonna contribute to buy pressure in the future, right? I mean, is it a possible short squeeze? I really doubt it. I mean, yeah, you could say 17% short interest, but I mean, I really don't think it's gonna rise that much. I mean, like it could, and maybe. I mean, 17% is not that much. It's not like 50% or like 150%. But I just think that even right now, SoFi is really undervalued, right? You can look at a bunch of other YouTube channels to see why. Just, but I'm not gonna really go into that much just because like everyone else is talking about it. But I just think that the current price action is super super bullish, and like I'm really excited for the coming days. Right? And also, oh, I forgot. Also, Santa Claus rally, right? You see that SoFi, they were rising throughout the year, right? So no one's gonna tax loss harvest on SoFi because it's a gain. You know, the only people that are gonna tax loss harvest on SoFi are the shorters, right? And the only way you can the way you tax loss harvest a short position is by buying the stock, right? That's how you realize the loss. I mean, maybe you'll have another Michael, or is it Michael Perito or the whoever did the fucking January 2nd bear piece bear piece attack on SoFi. I mean, maybe you could have that in 2025 January, but I think that everything's pointing up. I don't know what's gonna. I don't know. Go SoFi. Have a good day and happy Halloween.